boys and girls, family and friends. I'm Mrs. C, and this is Mrs. C's Corner.
Hey guys, welcome to Mrs. C's Corner.
Thank you all for joining me here this evening at Mrs. C's Corner, where I read you guys some amazing books and give you guys a chance to win some awesome gifts. Tonight's book is called The Santa Trap. But before we begin, I'm going to ask you guys to please go ahead and like this video. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You guys know what time it is. Let's get into this. Good evening, boys and girls, family and friends. Tonight's book is called The Santa Trap, written by Jonathan Emmett and Polly Bertine. You guys know what to do. Let's get into this. Ooh, The Santa Trap. Dun, 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 dun. Bradley Barnaby was bad. He'd been born bad. Before baby Bradley even left the hospital, he'd bitten the midwife on the bottom, stolen a doctor's telescope, and emptied his diaper into his grandmother's handbag. Ew, gross. And the older Bradley got, the badder he became. Bradley's parents was immensely rich. They had a huge house with a garden that was big enough to lose an elephant in. They knew that the garden was big enough to lose an elephant in because they'd done exactly that. Bradley had demanded the elephant as a house pet, but treated it so badly that it escaped into the garden and it was never seen again. Bradley's parents always gave him whatever he demanded, not because they thought he deserved it, but because they were terrified of him. Oh no. Every Christmas, Mr. Barnaby hired a team of secretaries to type up the huge list of presents that his greedy son demanded from Santa Claus. Of course, Santa knew what a beastly brat Bradley was, so he never looked at the list. But that didn't mean that he forgot about Bradley completely. Santa is such a kind-hearted old fella that he believes no child, even one as bad as Bradley, should go without a Christmas present. So every Christmas morning, Bradley would discover that Santa had left him the same small gift. Socks! Howled Bradley. Another pair of stupid socks! Oh, no. Never mind, Bradley, dear, cried Mr. and Mrs. Barnaby as they rushed in with a trolley loaded of presents. Look, Mommy and Daddy have gotten you everything you wanted. But I don't want presents from you, roared Bradley. I want presents from Santa Claus like everyone else. And he stormed back into his room. Oh, no, that was not kind. The next morning, Mr. and Mrs. Barnaby were alarmed to discover that their son had climbed up inside the living room chimney. They were even more alarmed to discover that Bradley had nailed several sticks of dynamite around the chimney walls. What are you doing, dear? Asked Mrs. Barnaby nervously. What does it look like? Scowled Bradley. I'm building a trap. Oh, no. A trap? Said Mr. Barnaby. A trap for what? For Santa Claus, snarled Bradley. I'm going to catch him and take every present he got. Mr. and Mrs. Barnaby were speechless. In a lifetime of badness, this was quite the baddest thing that Bradley has ever tried to do. Mr. Barnaby was the first to come to his senses. Isn't it a little too early to be setting a trap? He gasped. It will be a whole year before Santa comes again. Oh, this is only the beginning, scuffled Bradley. It'll take a whole year to finish it all. Oh, no. And he was right. Bradley spent the rest of the winter fixing dynamite inside of all the other chimneys, and the spring training tigers, which he stole from the local zoo. He spent the summer fitting guillotines all over the doors and windows, and autumn cutting trapdoors into the floors. Oh, no. By the time December came around again, Bradley had turned the entire house into one stupendous Santa trap. Oh no. By Christmas Eve, their home was so dangerous that Mrs. and Mr. Bartley had moved out into a hotel, leaving Bradley alone in the house. Oh no. One last thing, said Bradley as he hung his stocking beside the fireplace. He was certain that Santa wouldn't make it that far, but just to make sure, he tied an invisible tripwire to the stocking. The moment anyone touched it, a large metal cage would drop down from above. No more stupid socks, thought Bradley. This Christmas, I'll get exactly what I want. This Christmas, I'll get the whole lot. Oh, no. But as the evening grew darker, Bradley's eyelids grew heavier. His evil efforts had left him quite exhausted, and he soon fell fast asleep. It was almost midnight when Bradley had awakened by the roar of an angry tiger, whose tail had just been stepped on by an elephant. The house had grown chilly, and when he looked outside, Bradley was surprised to find the garden covered in a thick blanket of snow. Shivering with cold, Bradley decided to light a fire. It was only when the flames began to lick up the chimney that Bradley remembered the dynamite. Boom! Yow! The explosion blew Bradley right through the living room window and out into the rose bushes below. Oh, no. Yelling loudly, Bradley struggled free of the thorn stems. He had barely caught his breath when 6 sleek, stripy shapes came bounding towards him out of the snow. Oh, no. Nice kitties, squealed Bradley as he fled back through the rose bushes, through the tigers snapping at his tails. Oh, no. The tigers chased Bradley around the garden twice before he was able to lose them by diving into the heap of fresh elephant dung. Ew. And creeped back to the house. Determined not to be caught in any more of his own traps, Bradley took a deep breath and prepared himself before opening the front door. Ah! He cried triumphantly as he leaped clear of the falling guillotine. Ah! He cried miserably as he fell through the trap door. Sometime later, as the sun rose on Christmas morning, a scraped, scratched, and badly bruised Bradley limped back to the living room. There wasn't much of the fireplace left, but amazingly, his stocking was still hanging up, and even more amazingly, Bradley could see that there was something inside. Bradley hobbled over, tore down the stocking, and clank! The metal cage dropped right over him. Oh no. Bradley let out a long sigh. He knew that he was beaten. So he slumped down inside the cage and emptied his stocking onto the floor. For the first time ever, Santa left Bradley more than just one present. There was a big box of bandages, a large jar of antiseptics, and a nice new pair of socks. Wow, guys. I really hope that Bradley learned a lesson to always be grateful and kind. You all did so great helping me read tonight. Thank you. Bradley was so rude. But this book did teach me one valuable lesson, to always be thankful. It may not be the gift you want, but it could be the gift you need. Wait a minute, guys. You hear that? Oh, you know what time it is? It's Mrs. C's gift boy time. But announce last night's winner to the awesome Stretch Armstrong and the Flex Fighter. Ooh, it looks like LaVon has left us some mail. Let's see who the lucky winner is. I'm so excited. Oops, looks like LaVon has fell. Let's pick him up. Drum roll, please. Tonight's winner is Private. Okay, so whoever Private is, please go ahead and email me your information at mccorner2020@gmail.com. That's mccorner2020@gmail.com. Congratulations. Okay, guys, let's get a new number. I'm so excited. Let's pick one all the way up here. Okay, let's see. Ooh, 6. Let's see what 6 is. And I believe I've seen 6 in here when I looked before. Let's see. 6 is in here, guys, and it's a funny one. Whoa, paws and claws game, guys. Look how amazing this is. Okay, so tonight's question is, what is the present that Santa leaves Bradley every year? Bradley wasn't too happy with this present, but Santa leaves it for Bradley every year. Do you guys know what it is? If so, you guys, it's 10 p.m. to go ahead and comment the answer below, and I'll announce the winner in tomorrow night's video. Go ahead and comment below. Well, boys and girls, family and friends, tonight has been absolutely splendid. Thank you all for spending your evening here with me, Mrs. C, at Mrs. C's Corner. And remember to tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And remember, children, mind your manners, your P's, and your Q's. Until next time, family, good night and farewell. Don't forget to email me at mccorner2020@gmail.com and follow me on Instagram at Mrs. C Corner. Thank you so much for watching.